Hey everyone, it is Amy Fabriziani, AFAB, as you guys call me sometimes, which is totally cool. And sorry about the technical difficulties we seem to be having lately. Looks like I have a lesson to share with you. Be careful if you do any like iMovies or anything. I thought I was using royalty-free music, but they have put me in Facebook timeout with uploading some videos and stuff because I chose to use a non-royalty free song in one of my videos. And that's why I can't go live on the page. But it's a learning experience, right? And they still haven't lifted my timeout yet. So I don't know how long I'll still be in there. But today, I want to talk to you about scheduling your life and scheduling your business. You guys, I remember from the beginning, and I think it was actually Nikki that said this, set your business hours, set your schedule, just like if you were working at an office or, you were a teacher at a school and you have that time. You have time when you're doing math, you have your time you're doing reading if you're a teacher, you have your time the kids are at specials, you have your planning period. You need to make your schedule a priority. So she also shared that bell schedule, and I am a bell schedule person to a T. Now, this might not work for you how I do this, but you might get some pretty good ideas. So hopefully that, I'll be able to share that all with you. The first thing is you need to have some kind of a calendar. If you like to use your phone, you like to use like this kind of a calendar, or I love to use my Google Calendar because it's shareable and people can know, and my coaches can know like if I'm available for calls and different things like that. And I can share with my husband. So like if he's like, oh, I need to talk to her real quick. Oh, she's on a coach one-on-one call, or she's on a team call or something, like, because I don't answer. He knows. He knows if I'm available or not. So the biggest thing I can tell you is with your power hours, if you're doing a power hour or you're doing pockets, with which Alicia's going to talk some more on with that, you guys, we are all busy. We are all so busy. And this is why I do what I do, because if I don't have it as scheduled, I'm almost kind of like a kid, and I'll like take a little bit of more and I won't do what I'm supposed to do sometimes. So this keeps me accountable. This holds me accountable. It holds me accountable for how many hours I'm working on my business. It has how many that I'm working on my business personally, and then as my own personal business, but as for my team as well. It also, then I can look at things, how much time am I spending with my family, and do I have scheduled family time? And we schedule, not so much like family time, like really usually this time of the day is homework time and snack time and kid time and other that kind of stuff that we usually plan, but it's planned in there. So like if somebody really needs me, they can either like wait because they know what this kind of my day kind of looks like, and I know, and I can stay accountable to that too, and I can stay true to that for my family and my kids. But like got them home, got them settled, and said, hey guys, mom needs to do this video because I'm having technical difficulties, and they were like, okay, cool, like, because they're able to do that. So what I always do is I look at my month, and I look at it in terms of my business, and I look at it in terms of my life, my family life, and what's going on. Like I have things on my calendar, like we have a soccer tournament in 2 weeks, like I'm going away, like it's the holiday coming up soon, when the kids have school, when they don't, if Justin's out of town for work, whatever it might be, when our team calls are, the kids know that as well. I have a calendar that is hanging up in our kitchen that is color coded, that they know whose soccer practice it is if they have any questions, because they can look at that as well. They know during the day mom's working, mom's doing business things. They also know that sometimes schedules might get flipped around because maybe I have to be at school because I wanted to volunteer, or maybe we have doctor's appointments, or whatever it might be. It's laid out, and so that I know for me that if it's not laid out, like, things can get a little wishy-washy. So I do that, but I also do that with, in terms of, yes, the kids and all their activities and, like, anything we've got going on, birthday parties, anything like that. But then I also do it with my business. And this is something that I love, and it's on my computer, and I will show you. And I'm going to share screen real quick, hopefully. Let's see here. Here it is. This is what I want to show you. This is actually my Google Calendar. And I like this because I can go through and I can do it by day, week, month, whatever. It's something that doesn't really take a lot of time to set it up, but it's pretty amazing, and it gives you notifications. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm on, a call with my corporate mentor or something, I know that, in, 10 minutes when it pops up, it's time, I have another call and I don't want to run it over, or whatever it might be. So I'll show you. This is kind of like today, and it's because the day is already like gone pretty much. It will be like not as highlighted. But if we look at the week, you can see where I am. Like Wednesdays, we always have our team calls at 8:30. So here it is. Like right now is time for this, and I color coordinate this stuff. Like that color is my team Beachbody work. That's the work time that I've set aside right now for today to work on team stuff. So like checking in with my coaches, seeing what they need, organizing anything, like doing calls with them. It's all scheduled in here. I schedule in, and I'm not lying, like I schedule my time to eat, my snacks. Like I put reminders in my phone to buzz, because if I'm sitting here working this and that, and I'm like, oh geez, I did that. Like, oh whoops, I forgot to eat, or I forgot to do this, or I forgot to do that. I also put in like my bedtime, and then like my sleep schedule, and things like that. Like tomorrow, wake up, my affirmations, my gratitude, kids to school, my meditation, like my workouts, breakfast, and then if things like something happens, I can just pop it in there. Here is something that usually of my 11 to 12 time is, and I'll show you how you can like edit the event, is my personal Beachbody work time. This is also my time when I like to do my power hour. So I know from 11 to 12 most days I'm in my power hour at that time. And if I need to, there are a lot of power hour options. There's a lot of time when I'm doing my invites or returning messages or doing this, and it depends on the day. I might have to do more messages. And so I'm just at least tracking, because tracking your business is really important. Like how many times I spent doing emails, but I use this as well to help. This little timer, go to the dollar store or Walmart, look, 10 minutes to do this, 10 minutes to do that. And I know Alicia will talk a little bit more about finding those times to do that, but you will also see in here, like, here is usually our family dinner time, 5:30 to 8. I really try to not be doing any kind of like Beachbody work during that time. And we have soccer from 6 to 7:30 tonight. So we'll have that going on. But I really try to really pay attention to this. Now you'll see like Saturday, like I blocked off everything. I'm not working on Saturday because it's my birthday. And I want to be not only available for myself and give myself a little bit of a break, but for the kids and for my family too. I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to make sure that I am getting everything done that needs to be done. People have messages that need to be done, emails sent for groups and things like that is already done. You can always pull this up by the day of the week, to if you ever want to do that. So I am going to stop the screen share and stop share. Hi, Megan. Me. So I do that, but I also I love calendars and just kind of keeping things together. You will see. Show you. It's my calendar. It's very kind of detailed. I don't know if you can see that as well, but it's every half hour, and I put in there when I'm doing this, when I'm doing that, what things to do. Like, I will also put into my calendar, which I forgot to show you, that like, yes, I know that my power hours at that time or whatever, this kind of thing. I put in things that need to be done, like my to-do list. Nikki taught me about the brain dumping and putting that stuff down. So before I go to bed, I always brain dump for the next day, what needs to be done, and I prioritize it. And I know in my schedule, like with my Beachbody work, when I'm going to be doing that. Like, for example, I do my follow-ups, and I do some contacts and just messaging and forming, all that kind of stuff, and establishing those relationships in carpool. When I'm sitting there in carpool, or if I've done them, depending on if it's a different day or whatever, I'm listening to my PD during that time, or I'm checking in with coaches, that kind of thing. But I know before my head hits the pillow tonight, I have everything dumped out. I know exactly what I'm going to do the following day. And schedules can change. Now, yes, I am at home, so maybe I have a little more flexibility. But I'll tell you, when I was substitute teaching, what I would do is I would figure out, I did most of my Beachbody work at night. I would post in my challenge group, send messages, whatever I needed to do, and follow-ups in the morning on the way to work. When I was driving, I would do that. During break time, I would, pick something else that I needed to do, like check into my challenge groups or whatever it might needed to be. And then I would have my home time with the kids and doing all that fun stuff. One of the things I can tell you with scheduling, and you might not want to be as, I guess strict would be the word for it, but I will tell you this, when you are more productive versus just busy. Because for a really long time, I would say to my coach, she's like, oh, Allison's my coach, and she'd say, I got this done, that done, and I'm like, you're like so fast, I don't know how you do that. She's more efficient. And the reason why I wasn't is because I'd be like, I'm gonna do my power hour this time, and then I'd swirl and do this and that. Like, no, I am in my power hour from 11 to 2. Like, if someone calls me, or, like unless it's the school and someone's bleeding or something, like, I'm not answering my phone. I'm not doing it. I'm focused. That's what's happening, kind of thing. And my team, they know that too about me. Like, that's my time. Then my team also knows basically, like, when my office hours are, when I am in my office, and they respect that. And I think that's a really big thing that you need to, let your coaches know and your challengers. Like, I know some coaches, they're like, I'm not working on this day, or not working on this day. And instead of, messaging your upline or whatever it might be, you might message a teammate, or, find someone else to talk to if you need something that's not like totally needing to be handled by your upline or whatever it might be. Two, this also lets your team know, and we're really big at helping each other out. Allison and I, we're more like business partners. Even though she is my coach, we do, like, she's like, hey, I'm going away, and I'm like, don't worry, I got the team handled, the page, the challenge group, let me take this week. And we look at our calendars, and we do that. Like, a lot of times we send each other pictures of our calendar for the week. So we know, like, I knew yesterday, since this was Halloween, she was doing a lot of volunteering and stuff during the day, and ended up having to basically sub. I knew that, like, I was checking the team page more. Like, I knew that she had to do that. I knew anything needed to be done. I was posting in the challenge group. We were figuring things out. So that's a really good thing to have. Now, if you don't have all these hours or whatever, I really hope you are scheduling your power hour. And it can be done in Power Pockets. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have, and I hear this all the time, but I don't have an hour just to sit down and do something because, this will happen, and I got to put my kids to bed and this and that. I totally get that. Totally get that. And it's not that, the kids are not important, because that is a lot of why most of us are here. Or, you want to leave that job because it's a pain in the booty or whatever it might be. You gotta be strict on yourself. You have to have that kind of schedule. I'm telling you, it will help you tremendously. If it's this kind of a schedule, that's fine. If it's from this, if it's, the Google form or the doc calendar that I use and you share it, whatever it might be, use something, because there's nothing wrong with kind of scheduling in certain things. And like Friday nights, it's funny because, if something's going on, like people have asked me, hey, can you do a call with me on Friday night? And I'm like, that's, Justin and I love to watch Dateline. Like, that's our date time. And I'm not, if it was something really important, we'd figure something out, or, just do a quick call or whatever it might be. But for the most part, you need to have that time where you are not willing to kind of budge on it for certain things. And you need to know this too. That is okay. You are not you're not a IHOP or 7-Eleven open all night 24/7, okay? That's not what this is. And you will get burnt out if you do not value your time and put in and be effective when you are needing to get it done. Because there's no reason where you have to be sitting here for 5 hours what you could get done in one. Okay, honestly. And if you need to do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, whatever it might be, that's okay. As long as you are getting those invites, those are building those relationships. You're checking in with your challengers. You're checking in with your coaches. You're helping them. Don't let it run your life. You are the CEO of your business. This is your business. You get to say when you're in it. But you also need to remember that your doors are open and people are going to come to your business when you're there and when you're available. Okay. But, like everything pretty much closes, right? Like a store, a doctor. And this is something that I really learned, that, people will take time off their jobs or do certain things to go to a doctor, but yet they don't want to, take 10 minutes off of their lunch break or whatever to check in with you. And that's not okay, because you're just like a doctor's office. You're just like another thing. You are not any less important than a brick and mortar building. So I want you to know that too. Get your schedule. Be like, I have time for this. I have time for this. And you kind of make it work and be flexible that way. Okay. So if you have questions about how to do calendars or anything like that, let me know. I'm here to always help you. You might not need to be as regimented as I do, but I need that because of my personality and how I am. And I feel completed when I have this and I check it off. Like, that's my thing. I like to check off all the things and all that. So let me know. And we have a surprise guest with Demi. Hi, sweetheart. Let me know if you need anything, and questions, anything, let us know. Talk to you all later. Thanks for chatting.